Welcome to Riverbend Talon on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Also brought to you by Mr. Donut. No, I mean Matt Van Donut.
Mr. Matt Van Donut.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Matt Van Voorhis.
Right. He wants to talk
He
about.
wants us to talk about donuts, and I'm all about the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about the 2-bed Halpins. Full of donuts. Anyways, it's
a tuba
Halloween.
full of donuts. I like it, man.
Yeah.
I was just in Halpin last night. So
hopefully the band at the Halloween parade will have that tuba full of donuts.
I'm hoping so.
They're already putting out the trailers and stuff on Broadway, getting ready for Saturday or Monday. Yeah.
Monday, my daughter will be in the Marching 100, marching in that.
And with a tuba full of donuts.
She's a flautist. Is that how you say it?
She plays
the flute.
Is that anything like a sea shanty?
Yeah, there are flutes used in some sea shanties for
at
sure.
Morrison's Irish Pub right now.
I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and say yes.
Okay. 3
flautists.
Or at Cuvar's Culture Night at the Conservatory tonight.
That will be a happening event because Mike Snyder does some awesome Coolaverse work.
Yep, that's
trippy stuff.
Last week's show, right?
Yeah.
Video out there.
Absolutely.
And open mic at Ragin' Cajun, 10:55 band tonight, 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's. Open mic with Everhart and Light out at Baker's and Hale, and Nick Sturgis up at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville. Open mic with Butch Moore at the Corner Tavern in Edwardsville tonight, 7 to 11. Cherry solo. 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Danny Gallagher at Pavia's Place in Granite City at 7:30 tonight. Eric Lysot at 7 o'clock at Doit's in Pontoon Beach. Frankie and the House Shakers sold it out last time, 6 p.m. at Patrick's in Granite City. And Harvest Drive, that's a little bit of a stretch. Full house is probably a better way to put it. Yeah. There's no cover, I don't think. 6 to 9 at Prairie Inn is Harvest Drive. Shotgun Creek down at their Stover Creek Saloon thing in Belleville, where they have Experience Live Row Music. Dave Horton down there at Copper Fire tonight, a whole list of other people. Every weekend. Sponsored by vodka.
Awesome. I like vodka. I want to go back to the Frankie and the House Shakers for just a second. I like the sold out better.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it there. It's sold out.
It's hard to sell out something without a cover.
Well, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, you're the fake news guy. I'm the...
I just say whatever I don't know.
I'm the straight guy. You're the not straight guy.
I'm here to curve out the straights and straighten out the curves.
We're here straightly to talk about PWE. That stands for something.
Epic. No, I don't know. Well, it's epic wrestling, isn't it?
Green, yellow, blue. I'm confused now. You got me all off course. Wrestling. Now we're back on course.
I'm confused by a lot of things.
Let me tell you, friends don't lie.
Okay.
All
right.
And we got a couple friends with us tonight.
All right, let's see if there's any lying going down.
Let's see if they're friends.
Well, let's see how this goes because we've had these gentlemen on before. They're not new to the show. Right next to me, we've got Ace from Epic Wrestling. What's happening, Ace? With his Ace's glasses on.
I would say it's a pleasure to be here, but I'd probably be lying, honestly.
I knew it right off the bat, this guy. You know, I want to like you because you got the crazy glasses and the boa that smells like it's probably been inside someone. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm going to say let's just move over and say hello to Lenny Mephisto. What's going on, Mephisto?
Hello. And that PWE stands for Pro Wrestling Epic.
Yeah. Pro Wrestling Epic.
And we're taking
PWE.
Over the world.
What are we doing tonight?
Taking over the world. One brick at a time, brick by brick.
There you go. And you made the comment, Mr. Mephisto, before we started. You said if they don't join us, they will be against us and be crushed. So
that's right. Bend the knee, or we will destroy you.
You are out to take over the wrestling world.
You know, there's an old saying. You know, it's called. The toes you step on today may be connected to the ass you have to kiss tomorrow. And they have stepped on my toes for years. And I was talking to this guy, and me and him, we haven't always been friends, but I was talking to this guy before the show started. And there's a lot of problems on the local scene in professional wrestling, and he and I have decided that there is a solution for every problem. And we would be better united than against each other.
Oh, no.
So he merged WPW with My Pro Wrestling Epic, and here we are.
So there you go. Last time you were in, we were talking with Ace, and you were at that time taking over the WPW, the World Powerhouse Wrestling, which we've had those guys on quite a few times through the years. Blade and the Butcher and Judge are none of those
Searcher,
guys.
Yeah.
Any of those
The
guys
Judge?
still part of the outfit?
Blade at times.
There you go.
Possibly soon to be on top of you, Ace.
That's not going to happen. That's never going to happen.
That's November 5th in Salem, right?
Yeah.
He's been in the gym training.
I've been training. I don't need some crazy creep in a pig mask chasing after me. The last thing I need. It's bad enough I'm going to have women from Salem that look like they belong on a pig farm chasing after me.
That didn't work out too well at Mineral Springs, though, when you took on Harsh.
I don't remember that.
Eric Booten.
Don't remember that.
We remember Eric Booten as the lead singer of Power Trip. I was just cluing in Pigpen because he don't follow you guys. So I was just letting him know that Harsh just beat Ace.
Really?
Back on October 23rd.
Did he sing while he did it? Because he's got a good voice.
It was a close match. It was close.
Very close.
There was yeah.
Just because you win a battle don't mean you win the war, right?
Yeah, okay, there you go.
The wind was blowing out of the northwest. The sun was in my eyes. It was just not my.
There was a flood. I had a flat tire.
Hey, pretty cool setup, though, down at Mineral Springs. I like how you guys had the tombstones going up the stairs with a little entranceway there in the photos.
It's Halloween. It's a haunted building.
That's nice.
Yeah.
They have ghost hunts there. The veil is thin when it's close to Halloween.
You were you just there setting up a couple days ago, maybe? Yeah, a couple of my buddies were in there. Actually, Alex right down the hallway, and our friend Jeff were there because they were running sound at a music festival there, and they called me and said they're setting up wrestling here, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's when I had to call you and see what the heck is going on at Mineral Springs Mall.
That was October 23rd, but the night before that, you guys were at Sports Tap, right?
No, the day after.
I got it backwards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the
See,
23rd.
we're getting around.
Yep.
Getting around. So there you go.
So is Sports Tap an outside or inside thing?
Sports Tap's outside.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And the volleyball thing?
Yeah.
In the sand?
Yeah, we should get a wrestling volleyball team for that.
I think so.
That's what I think. I think we'll just go in there and crush all those other teams.
So it's getting a little cold for the outside matches. So is that the last one of the year?
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
So next year you have to come out with the wrestling volleyball, where I don't know how you work it exactly, but sort of like a cage match, except for in a volleyball. I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, the next one we're talking about is coming up at Spaulding Hall, November 4th. Friends Don't Lie.
Friends Don't Lie. Okay, so I first I got to clear something up because this has been in my head for just a second. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. I asked you about Blade, and then you said a guy in a pig mask. Now, isn't that the Butcher?
That's the Butcher. Same guy.
Okay, I for just a second I was like, wait a minute, he said a pig mask. Now that's the Butcher because I wrestled the Butcher.
No, he didn't.
I arm wrestled the Butcher.
Yeah.
That was as good as it got. He didn't want to. He didn't want to face me.
It was over after that.
I'm just kidding, man. I just wanted to clear that up because that was spinning in my head while we were talking. I'm like, man,
that's not all that's spinning in his head.
There's a gerbil in a rusty cage, or a rusty wheel spinning.
Hey, thanks for giving me credit for helping you beat the butcher.
You
Because,
did.
I mean, it's not like you did it all by yourself, but you were trying to make it sound that way, I can see.
Absolutely not.
I had an entire roller derby team helping us.
That is, I was going to say, it was Dennis and the roller derby girls was the only reason that the distraction technique took him out. But,
Right.
But yeah, I couldn't wrestle my way out of a wet paper bag.
That's true.
Although I did take the judge out, but that was
That's
easy.
on film.
That's probably pretty easy. That fat slob.
Yeah, it was on film.
I'm so sorry, Judge. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they wrestled in here.
Get started
I
right
don't know if you guys
here.
know that, but yeah.
Yeah, we won't be doing that today, though.
Okay.
It started right here and it ended
Yeah.
outside.
I thought you were going to make a photocopy of them at one point when you guys crashed into the printer.
We did not crash into the printer. I felt bad when he crashed into the pavement outside because I don't. Yeah,
See, he's not a wrestler. He felt bad.
I did. He's. My wife said I could be arrested for abuse of the elderly. Sorry, Judge. I'm just teasing, man. Just teasing.
So what do we got for matches coming up November 4th at Spaulding Hall here in Alton?
We've
Friends
got
don't-
international star Davey Richards coming in. We've got David Ali. We've got Kurt Stallion, who was in the WWE versus Benjamin Trust. Remember Benjamin when he was on the show?
yeah.
That's going to be the main event for the Interstate Championship. Stallion Rogers versus Benjamin Trust.
Wow.
We've got a women's title match. We got Thunder Kitty, the reigning, defending women's champion, versus Alice Crowley.
Alice Crowley.
We've got the returning Brandon Aarons, who hasn't wrestled for Pro Wrestling Epic in over 2 years. He used to be our main guy, kind of like how Benjamin Trust is our main guy.
Yeah.
Brandon Aarons used to be what
Right.
Benjamin Trust is today. He lives in California now. He's coming back. He's going to wrestle Tyler Copeland in a number one contender match.
There you go.
You're going to see Keith Smith Jr. on the card. You're going to see Nasty Juan. Harsh is going to wrestle Nick Natural.
There you go.
So,
Harsh.
it's a pretty stacked card.
I'd say.
I'm going to wrestle Tommy Davis from Cottage Hills. Tommy Davis from Cottage Hills
Nice.
in a street fight for the PW Powerhouse Championship.
No, you
and when
got-
I get done, he's going back to Cottage Hills,
Okay.
where he came from. Never to return again.
I want
So
you.
I say you got the belt right now.
No, he's got the
Oh,
belt.
he's
I'm
got the
taking
belt.
it. He
Okay.
You're
screwed
gonna
me. He
take it.
screwed me. He
You're gonna
cheated. He
take it.
won. He screwed me. It was a fluke. And I'm going to beat him. I'm going to cripple him. I'm going to embarrass him. And I'm going to send him right back to the hills, the dirt and the rocks and the scum where he came from.
Right? They started outdoors
Yeah,
He-
scum.
in the garage.
He
Yeah.
cheated. Now, did he
cheated.
use like a roller derby team, or what did he do? How did he do that?
No. Basically, what happened is when he put his hand over my mouth on the ground like this, and he put me in a crossface, put his hand over my mouth, and he was smothering me for air.
I've had a cop do that to me.
Yeah.
You
He put his hands over my mouth on the ground after I was already dazed and confused. He brought something in the ring. Oh, my face was bleeding, my shoulder was bleeding. I don't even know what he cut me with.
It was the Village People cop.
He's got hidden blades out there or a screwdriver or something. He's putting his hands over my mouth when I lose a lot of blood. I lost a lot of blood.
All right.
I'm dazed,
so-
I'm woozy, and then he puts his hands over my mouth on the ground, puts his feet on the ropes, and holds me down.
And where's the ref?
Watching.
Watching.
The refs are stupid. I'm telling you. We got to do something
all
about
right.
The
that.
refs are terrible.
You know?
So,
Dumb. It's like they're deaf, dumb, and blind.
I
bet they can play pinball, though.
I bet they can't.
The,
I mean, they put their underwear on backwards and
saying,
over
Tommy
their head.
can. He's dead, dumb, and blind.
Tommy can play a mean pinball. Oh man! All right. So first of all, Allison Crowley, is that what you said?
Alice Crowley.
Alice Crowley, do as thy wilt.
No,
All right,
no, that's Crowley. You know, Ozzy got it wrong.
All right,
Just
there
so
we
you
go.
know.
If I had to
Mr.
estimate in my professional opinion,
Yeah.
that girl will probably be signed to a contract in the next 2 years.
Ooh.
And what's going to become of Thunder Kitty?
Well, I guess she'll probably get beat and lose the title and go home.
All right.
So
Now-
you're the champion. Thunder Kitty's the
I'm
champion.
not the champion yet.
Oh, no.
But I'm
You're
gonna
trying
be.
to- Tommy's the champion.
Unfortunately.
Sorry about that.
Scumbag is the champion.
Scumbag Tommy
Liar,
Davis.
cheater, manipulator, con artist, a flim flam man is the champion.
Okay. Anyways,
all right,
so
all right.
so
I like
we got Tommy and Kitty champions. Who else is champions right now?
Blake Steele is the Pro Wrestling Epic Heavyweight Champion. Benjamin Truss is the Pro Wrestling Epic Interstate Champion. Tommy Davis is the Powerhouse Champion. The Butcher Damian Blade is one half of the Tag Team Champions.
Okay.
Thunder
Yeah, I was
Kitty
trying to
is the
remember
Women's
their
Champion.
name. Something brother.
Yeah, the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's, Cayman and Blade.
What about Harsh? What's he the champion of? Has he got
Nothing.
Yeah, you got to ask him when you see him. Say, hey, did you steal that name off Pigpen's old band?
Yeah.
Because that was the name of my band.
Yeah, I could see that. Were you guys in a band together?
No.
No, but I was in a band called
Yeah.
Harsh back in the day,
Yeah.
and he when you
Harsh
said
is the champion of
it
getting his
actually-
ass kicked by Ace Roberts.
pretty much.
It took me a minute when you because I thought I wonder why he didn't go by Power Trip because that's his band name. It's all right.
Actually goes back before your band, Pigpen. Just
Yeah,
so-
there was
just
a
so you
word
know.
before that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
in the
he's,
dictionary.
he's been harsh forever.
Oh, was he that? Was he a wrestler before?
Oh
that?
yeah,
I didn't realize
their
that.
band used to play at the wrestling matches.
I did not know that.
You guys do know Harsh is a dinosaur, right?
Right. He
Yeah.
he
We're going to
actually
take care of that. I told him I'm going to have his back.
he was out of it for a long time until recently, and I think that was a show. It was the Blackwell Memorial show when he came out of retirement. I think.
Huh,
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And that
You're
was
not worried about him.
No,
You're
he was
gonna-
my trainer. He was my original trainer. I know all of his tricks.
wasn't that Blackwell show at Spaulding Hall, or was that a different place?
That was at the Franklin Lodge.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right. Where's Spaulding Hall? and
You
all?
know, he was supposed to come out of retirement and work that show and then just leave and go back into the sunset.
He liked it.
But he
Again.
liked it too much and he came back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to learn. It's like you go to the well once too often. He should have just stayed home.
He went to the well on Oasis.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I
obviously.
don't recall.
Don't remember that.
It was October 23rd at Sports Tap, I recall.
The match was close. I don't know what you were watching, but the referee and you were probably watching the same match because he cheated the whole time.
Yeah. I didn't see him
don't
throw
remember
sand or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be thinking about throwing sand if I was in the volleyball pit.
Yeah, well, you know, I would be looking for a bunch of roller derby girls to help me out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you didn't even have him on the show we were going to. You went back on your word again about, setting people up. And,
Did I say that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was kind of afraid of them, I'll be honest. I was half afraid and half aroused, so, it was very confusing. Very confusing. What were they called? The Crush? I don't even remember. Oh, man, they'd crush me now because I forgot. So, there you go. All right, you guys ever have roller derby girls come into your wrestling matches?
I don't think so.
You should, man. It's
they're scrappers. I mean,
they're tough. But anyway, all right. So there you go, man. Big show coming up, and that's November 4th.
Right.
Also got one coming up in December. What's its date on that one?
December 2nd,
Same
and also
place.
at Spaulding Hall, Friday, December 2nd.
December 2nd. All right,
Bittersweet Lockdown, sponsored by AP Cigar.
There you go. Well,
Nice.
let's before we get into the we're going to come back and talk about that. Let's go through our Friday, and then everybody who's wanting to hear more about wrestling, that's called a tease. You're going to have to stay tuned to hear more about the Bittersweet Lockdown. So first, let's find out what's happening tomorrow night in the region.
And on a Friday night in the Rival Bend, they're going to open up the Flock food truck lot for some music
All right.
with the Buzztones.
Oh, very nice. The Buzztones.
6 to 9, right? Of course, live Irish music every night at Morrison's Irish Pub, and they do pianos down at Ragin' Cajun.
Very good. Did you say like a week or two ago that the Buzztones is our most watched video?
Live band video.
Live band video. There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Trailer Park Boys is still on top, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I kind of figured that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Bonnie
just remember
Bramlett
saying-
is
Bonnie
the
Bramlett be a bit,
obvious
yeah.
Riverbend talent, number one, followed
There you
by,
go.
obviously, Steve Scorfina.
Well, hard to beat the king. So anyway, Buzztones down at the Food Flock truck on Friday nights. Also, Friday night, we got Cross the Line going at Fast Eddie's Bon Air. That's 7:30 to 11:30. Porch Cafe, that is happening at Third Shoot in Alton, starting at 7 p.m. Friday night. Then we got the Screaming Eagle Jam Band out at Baker's and Hale and Godfrey. They'll get kicked off at 7 p.m. American Originals at Laux Brickhouse. That's up in Bethalto, 8 to 11 p.m. Friday night on that one. At the Moose in Wood River Friday, we got the Tragg Band starting at 7 p.m. And then Scott and Karl at the Loading Dock in Grafton. Scott Logan at the Grafton Winery. Dan Sproat at Aeries Resort in Grafton. So a few things happening down the River Road on Friday night.
Yeah, I wanted to, do you know Jody Grinders in Porch Cafe now?
Yeah, that is him and his daughter, I do believe.
His left flip the frog.
Yeah.
So it's just Lynn rebuilding it.
Yeah, I just saw Lynn out at Halpin last night.
Halpin Music Company, very good place.
Yeah, he's one of the, gives lessons out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Does Matt Van Voors insure him?
He should.
Yeah.
He insures all my stuff most companies have deemed me uninsurable, but he
loves donuts. He insure loves.
There you go. What else we got going on Friday night other than Mr. Donuts action, which is
Superhero playing at Doit. Kick-ass. 8:30 to 12:30.
That is a good name.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Down and Dirty, they're playing at 11 o'clock at Tri-City Speedway, and you can get in free after the races. So
okay.
You don't have to go to the races to see that.
Okay.
It's a late one, 11 o'clock for them.
Whew.
You can't get better than a dirt track with Down and Dirty, though.
Yeah, it sounds like the perfect band for that.
Rock Bottom, they're at the bottom. 9 o'clock at Patrick's in Granite City. And comedy night going on with our buddy Ronaldo Mercado.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to try Tegans Pub out for some comedy with no cover. So if you're a comedy night guy, you might want to head to Tegans in Granite City and support comedy. No cover. Will O'Donnell there, Nicholas Cuvar, Zach Butkovich. Perfect name for a comedian there.
That's
Butkovich.
All right. And our buddy is Ronaldo Mercado, who was on with us a couple years ago.
Right. That's all Friday night, by the way. We're still on Friday with Rewind at the Elks Club in Granite City, also known as the Water Buffalo Lodge, from 7 to 10. Skylark Brothers duo with Alan White sitting in with them, 7 o'clock at Corner Tavern in Edwardsville.
Nice.
And Mo Pleasure at Big Daddy's, 6 to 9 in Edwardsville. Musicology at 1818 Chop House from 7 to 10. And Silver Creek Bluegrass at Reese's Brewery at 7 in Edwardsville on Friday. Soulshine Groove at the Moose in Edwardsville at 7:30. Andrew Dahl, 7 to 11 at the Cabin at Judy Creek. 10 String Dream down in Collinsville at Hurricanes from 8:30 to 10:30. And Mr. Eric Harsh Booten will be in Highland on Friday night with Power Trip, 9 o'clock at the Corner Keg in Highland.
There you go, man.
And you know who won't be playing with the Skylark Brothers?
Who's that?
Mr. Armstrong. He is going to be opening up for the Rival Sons with his band Feel. It's $35 in advance, $40 at the door, and there's a $50 seated balcony. So once again, Feel opening up for a touring act, and that's at Broadway in St. Louis. So
very nice.
Those guys are getting some good gigs.
Absolutely.
They're coming off the Cheap Trick gig.
Yeah, good for them, man.
Of course, Experience Live Music Row every weekend down in Belleville. A whole list of bars getting together, and but we're talking about November. We're talking about November 4th, Spaulding Hall in Alton. I'm still not sure where Spaulding Hall is in Alton.
It's the old Knights of Columbus building.
Okay.
It's 405 East 4th Street.
Okay. We know where it's at now, 4th Street, obviously.
Yeah. I stroll there a lot. I don't know.
I didn't know it wasn't Knights of Columbus anymore. I didn't know that.
Well, it's not. Actually, it was Knights of Columbus, and then they changed it to Spaulding Hall.
Okay.
And then they sold it to a church, so it's really actually a church.
Okay.
But we still run shows out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was Knights of Columbus. It was kind of a church.
That's the most identifiable. It's the old Knights of Columbus building.
Yeah, that's a good place. I used to eat fried chicken there every year.
Circle of the Golden Knights.
They'd give out players of the week or players of the season for sports. And I was doing play-by-play here on the radio, so we'd go there and eat fried chicken and see who won.
That sounds like a pretty good place to go.
It was really good fried chicken, honestly.
So
you guys going to have fried chicken?
I don't know.
No.
You'll have to ask the kitchen staff.
Okay. But there you go. Is there going to be food in the bar and all that?
Yeah, there will be food. There will be drinks. There will be everything. The doors open at 5:30. The bell time's at 6. Front row's $15. General admission is $13.
Must be a Catholic church or serving booze.
Yeah,
I
serve
don't know.
booze.
How much to hang out with Ace Roberts all night?
$500.
Oh, you do that.
Sure, I'll hang out with you
for $500.
I mean, I'll even if you throw in a couple of $100 extra, I'll take a picture with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bargain, I think. I don't know.
You know what I did? I don't tell him, but I went on their website, took one at the pictures of him, and then photoshopped me and him together. So I've already kind of got it, but he doesn't.
I'll send you the bill.
You can't find me, man. You don't know which van I'm living in this week.
If you're thinking lawsuit, I mean, his wife's a lawyer, just so you know. Because, these guys are taking over.
Well,
everything.
I understand
They'll
that.
be taking you over.
We're not afraid of the law firm of swine, swindle, and finagle, all right?
I remember that place.
Hook 'em, line, and sinker.
Yeah. So how many belts on the line November 4th?
4, I believe.
Four.
The women's championship, the heavyweight title, the interstate title, and the powerhouse title.
Four on the 4th.
Yeah, 4.
Four on the 4th. I love it, man. I'm getting into some numerology here.
Do that patent pending thing.
Patent pending.
Because look, he's writing it down. He's
4 on the 4th. He's like, next time we're doing it that way. Watch, man. So let's talk about the December one. What do you got coming on December?
Actually, there's a show right after the November 4th show in Salem, right?
Okay.
November 5th. It's always sunny in Salem too.
And that's where Damian Blade is going to take on Ace Roberts.
The match it's going to happen. I mean, I'm going to win. It's
preordained.
Doesn't even matter. Yeah, it's going to happen. I'm going to win.
Always sunny in Salem or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. At the Salem Community Activity Center.
Nice.
Excellent.
Is it going to be sunny for Damian Blade that day, Ace Roberts?
It is not. It's going to be a rainy, sad, pathetic day, just like him.
Yeah, Pigpen. You're probably with Ace on that, right? You still angry at the butcher?
Look, I forced him into retirement, man.
You did.
Right after an arm wrestling match, he went into retirement. So, I mean,
it wasn't right after that. It was close.
It was.
But then he came back.
He got hurt
after a whole lot of therapy, and
he figured he wasn't on your radar anymore, so he could slip back in.
As Damian
but now
Blade.
you know. So now he's got to look out.
Dennis actually came up with an idea where he said me and him should be tag team guys, and we would just.
That was when it was illegal.
Yeah, that was when it was still illegal. Now it's recreational, but we would just smoke big blunts and blow it in the guys' faces, run from them till they just pass out. And
or get hungry and
never
hand
really
them
have to actually hit anybody.
Hand them snacks when they get hungry, or
try a hobo.
Give them a couch to sit on.
I'm holding this up because I just saw this sitting here.
Look at
so
that.
I'm trying to let all the people.
That is a beautiful flyer.
Yeah, that is for the November 4th show.
Look at old Benjamin Trust there, flexing.
Whatever.
You got a problem with him still, don't you, Ace?
A little bit.
Oh, yeah, Thunder Kitty.
He beat you, didn't he?
Actually, he's never beat me. He did beat my record. I was at one point in time the longest reigning PWE Interstate Champion. Now it's him. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But
yeah,
easy to do.
Sounds like it bothers you.
Easy
to
do when
bit.
you play politics.
Yeah,
when you're a manipulator.
Sounds like it bothers you a little bit.
It doesn't. I didn't even. I just remembered it actually. Just remembered it.
Just so. He's got a bad memory.
So do I. So now we're gonna talk about bittersweet lockdown. But first, who's the guy in the glasses? What's that guy's name?
That's Keith Smith Jr., the leader of the Mustache Mafia.
Yeah, he.
Looks like Freddie Mercury.
Not everyone with a mustache is a child molester, but all the child molesters have a mustache. I don't know if that's true or not, but it seems like it is. He looks creepy.
They're 70s porn stars.
I would go that way. That's more. Yeah. I don't think it's the first one. I know it's not the first one.
I'm not saying that about him.
Don't talk about my man that way, or I'll come across the table.
I'm not saying that about him.
I think he looks like one of the greatest singers of all time. I think he looks like one of the greatest singers of all time, if not the greatest rock and roll singer.
To bring him in here and take care of you next time.
You talking about
Freddie
Julio
Mercury.
Iglesias?
No, Freddie Mercury.
He does have a little Freddie Mercury look to him. I like it. All right.
You don't know who Spencer Strider is, but he looks like him too.
He looks like the guy off Reno 911.
That guy too. Man.
All right. Anyway, let's put that back up.
I think Mephisto's getting a little.
I'm sorry,
fumed
Mephisto.
up on you,
You
buddy.
talk about my man that way.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm just calling him. I open my mouth, things come out. I don't know what's going to happen. This is how I end up in precarious situations. But let's talk about this bittersweet lockdown a little bit. I'm showing everybody on the video the poster.
December 2nd.
Right now.
That's my night. That's my night. I'm gonna wrestle the NWA North American Champion Scion for the title. And I'm going to bring the belt home.
So you'll have two belts by then.
You know, NWA is owned by Billy Corrigan now from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh.
That's Corrigan's boy. I'm going to get him in my ring on my show, and I'm going to embarrass him, and I'm going to take the championship. Then I'll have the PW Powerhouse title that I win from Tommy Davis on November 4th, and I'll have the NWA North American Championship that I win on December 2nd, and the whole world is going to know who I am then. Everybody's going to notice me.
Yeah, Billy Corrigan's going to sign it over to him.
That's right.
After that match.
He better get a phone call congratulating
Actually,
him.
he's going to pay me a whole lot of money to come defend that belt on his show after I win it.
Well,
Because if you don't, I'll just keep it.
So here's the thing, though. He's already let it be known Billy Corrigan will bend the knee.
That's right.
Or will fall.
That's right. Billy Corrigan.
That's right.
Get on your knees, Billy. Pay us homage. Give us the respect we deserve.
Before I
Lenny
smash
Mephisto.
on
Ace
the knee
Roberts.
before I smash your pumpkins.
We'll
Wrestling
smash your
Epic, we got
knees
this.
like we smash your pumpkins.
There you go, man.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. But you guys been doing like a Saturday, Sunday show almost every weekend? Because
About 2 a month since September.
yeah, because after that show, you're in Highland the next night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So moving around too. You guys have been down to Granite City, I seen recently.
Yeah, we did a fundraiser for the Shrine Club.
Yeah, that was
the Granite
nice.
City Shriners.
Right on. I
Yeah.
love those guys on their little 3-wheel motorcycles.
Yeah.
I like the go karts better, but
I like them when they got a monkey on their shoulder.
oh yeah,
Highland's probably going to mostly be rematches from the night before, or, maybe there's unresolved issues from the second. So we settle those on the third, or we try to.
okay.
All right.
There's so many wrestlers that want to work for us now because we're so awesome. We can't fit all of them on December 2nd, so some of those guys could go work on December 3rd.
All right. But that's kind of been the pattern lately. 2 shows every weekend,
Yeah,
right?
pretty
Is that
much.
usually Saturday, Sunday, or sometimes Friday,
It's
Saturday?
whatever we can get.
Yeah.
Whatever works best for the deal.
Cool.
All right, man.
And did I mention that Bittersweet Lockdown is sponsored by AP Cigar? Did I mention that?
You did. You
I
did
like that.
mention that. That's
Did I
awesome.
mention Halpin Music Company and Matt Van Voris of Mr. Donut Insurance?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
But that's cool. I say we go get some AP cigars and smoke them while we eat some Mr. Donuts, and we
Yeah.
get all that insured by, Macias Insurance, and then we go to Halpin Music and get some instruments and play them.
But it
that
all
stuff.
starts November 4th.
November 4th.
Right here in Alton.
It's all going to start November 4th. You're going to see me enter
May I?
that square circle, and I'm
May
sorry.
I? It's also called Bittersweet Lockdown because we have the Bittersweet Lockdown match.
Okay, what's that?
Oh.
Which match is that?
6 men will come out to the ring. 4 will be handcuffed to the posts. 2 guys will start in the ring. Every 3 minutes, 1 guy at random will be unlocked and released into the match.
Okay.
Okay,
Now, who holds the key?
The referees.
Okay.
The deaf, dumb, blind referees.
Right.
I have the key. All right, I got a question about the whole handcuffing thing. All right, no. First of all, is it just like a one-hand handcuff? So they
One hand handcuffed, yeah.
Okay, that helps because I'm assuming while they're handcuffed, the other 2 guys are going to be trying to get hits in on them to wear them down before they get unhandcuffed.
Yeah, it's possible. That is entirely possible. Those two guys could start in that match. They could look at each other. They could shake hands. And they could bail out and go pick apart the other 4 guys if they choose to do so.
I would say that would be a good strategy, and then it's just down to the 2 of us. And
that's a good strategy. If I were in that match, I would take your advice.
Yes, yeah.
You're actually a wise man.
I'm
really good.
1,000 years old if I'm 20.
Wisest fool I've ever met.
Oldest juvenile also. So
there you go.
Yeah, but that's good.
I like the way he thinks.
I was thinking if they were when you said handcuffed at first, I pictured both of them, and I'm like, oh, that's just deadly there. But if they got at least one hand, they can render some protection there.
Right.
All right.
And all the guys, it's elimination style. So if you get pinned, you're out. So it starts 6, and then a guy gets beaten. It's 5 and 4 and 3 and 2.
It'd be hard to pin them while they're
handcuffed. I was just sitting there thinking.
Well, they all have to be released and inside the ring before you can be eliminated.
All right,
I just steal the key from the referee right off the bat. And whoever the 2 that are in the ring first with no handcuffs, they need to team up. One guy takes the referee.
That's one way to go about it. I would say just team up. The 2 guys team up. And they have a pair of bolt cutters on the side of the ring. You get one guy till he's ready to fall, cut the.
They could stuff those down their shorts, probably.
You have to get that done in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Because if you don't, someone's getting released at random.
There's got to be 2 referees. There has to be.
There's going to be 2. There'll be one in the ring and one outside the ring.
That's making more sense.
They're both stupid. So
they're all stupid. I've never met a smart referee.
So the guy outside is probably getting popcorn from some kid, and he's got his back turned.
I don't know. I would not want to be.
If your daughter's there, he's totally distracted by what she's saying to him. Because you should have seen her, man, at that wrestling.
She likes to talk smack.
The kids do, man. The kids are entertaining. If you're not into wrestling, you'll have a blast watching the kids.
I don't remember the girl's name. Oh gosh, dang! It was a big old boy, and he had a girl with him in that WPW, and she kept calling her Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah,
go on, Cyndi Lauper. I'm like, that's a great '80s wrestling reference right there. Anyway, all right, let's.
Friends Don't Lie.
Yeah, that's
November 4th, Spaulding Hall, Alton.
That's right. Bell time 6 p.m.
Right.
Yep.
6 p.m. on the bell
6 p.m.
time.
You better be there on the dot.
What's the cost to get into that?
It's the front row are $15, and the general admissions are $13.
There you go. And second row?
Yep, $15. Yep. Well, the first 2 rows are $15. You're right. You got me.
So there you go. So
who gets to have the pleasure of wrestling you, Ace, that night?
I don't know if I'm going to wrestle because of all the politics that happened at the last show. I had a meeting with Tyler Copeland. He offered me an opportunity to join his group of people that are trying to fight the system and all the politics that people like Ben trust. So I'm kind of taking that into consideration and deciding what I want to do.
He's one of those guys that's going to come in from outside the ring.
Mm-hmm.
We made some mistakes. We let the wrestlers take over.
Yeah, you know what he should do? He should be the one with the bolt cutters off on the side.
That's a different match. That's a different match.
I'm just you could use the bolt cutters to crack someone. I don't know.
No one's going to be handcuffed at this one.
You could use them when no one's handcuffed. It's still a good weapon.
Why is it Friends Don't Lie though? That we haven't addressed that.
Yeah. Why? How did you come up with the name Friends Don't Lie for this particular?
Well, I was sitting at home and I was watching Stranger Things, and that's what the kids say to each other.
Oh.
And when they said that, in my mind, the first thing that happened is I thought, that's the wrestling business. Everybody's a liar. They all pretend to be your friend, but they're all lying to you. They're all trying to work you. They're all trying to manipulate you or scam you or get something out of you. Nobody's really your friend in the wrestling business. So don't lie to me. Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. And don't bleep that out either. Don't you go to that 7-minute dump.
Oh.
7 minutes.
Don't you do it. I heard you talking about it. You were like, oh, this guy's on the air. We're going to get the 7-minute dump. No, I don't think so. I don't think you're getting a 7-minute dump.
7 minutes. Friends,
and this is in real life.
I don't think
friends shouldn't lie. So friends don't lie. They'll lie to you about everything. Death by 1,000 cuts. Little tiny stabs in the dark.
All right. So I feel like
Are you threatening me, Cornholio?
I feel like this is very personal and that you've been lied to, and you.
I have been lied to. Me and Ace together, we have been lied to. These wrestlers are trying to overthrow our powerful entity that we're creating.
Okay.
We have a solution to all these problems.
Yeah, bend to the knee.
That's right.
We're taking over.
Okay,
we will find a way to subdue you.
Subduce?
Subdue.
Oh, either one. They both of them work.
That's because you're a sick man. You're some kind of pervert over there talking about boas being inside people and
I don't know. I didn't say that.
Something's wrong with this man.
He's right about
I've
pervert,
always thought about that.
I'm not saying he's wrong about the pervert part. I'm not saying he's wrong about the prevert part. I'm saying you've been reading my mail. All right. Yeah.
So big Saturday coming up this weekend.
All right. What's happening on Saturday?
Everything. It's like Halloween Party Central.
Let's hear about it,
including
man.
Milton School, which would be a cool place for a Halloween party.
It is haunted. There have been wrestling matches in that gymnasium.
That'd be a good place for you guys. Milton Schoolhouse.
Yeah, there you go.
So all the original bands getting together for that one. Look at this. 86 Red, Daisy Chain, Biff Gnarly and the Reptilians, Mind Frames, and Devolve.
Nice.
8 o'clock at Milton Schoolhouse in Alton. That's a $15 in advance. You get the tickets at Mavis. Or pay an extra $5 and show up the day of show.
There you go, man.
And then a costume party going on at Ragin' Cajun. They'll have DJ Rice Cakes, right? From 9:30 to 2:30 a.m. But here's the exciting part to me. Midwest Maui and Tori, the Fire Blowers.
Oh, yeah.
10:30. And Midwest Maui's got a second performance coming up this weekend as well.
Nice. I've seen him perform before. The DJ Rice Cakes.
I don't get it. But.
It made me laugh, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just funny name. All
Naked Soul 2 to 6 and Cross the Line 7:30 at Fast Eddie's. Number 4 Combo at Chubby's from 5 to 9 at Alton. Shotgun Creek at 8 o'clock at Third Shoot in Alton. Jake Weber and the Lonesome Drifters at Baker's and Hale at 7 o'clock in Godfrey. Halloween with the Owls, and this is like almost every year at Tony's Ranch House in Godfrey at 8 o'clock. Halloween party with the City Heat at Sunset Grill in Godfrey from 8 to 11. And Halloween costume contest. There's Midwest Maui, the fire dancer, also performing there with, I believe that's supposed to be northbound, but that's not how it was written on the thing. So I wrote it Notth. But whatever that is.
Not
bound. Doing a Gypsy Tarot card reading. The Crypt Kickers playing live music. And free food. That one caught my eye. 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. That's at Clifton Terrace.
All right.
I haven't mentioned Clifton Terrace in a while, happening in Godfrey with the Midwest Maui all over the city on Saturday. Screaming Eagles Jam Band at Laux Brickhouse. Halloween with Poor Dirty Astronauts out at Blue Stem Distillery in Bethalto on Saturday, or Meadowbrook. Trixie Delight at the Pump House at 9 o'clock. Halloween party with Cabin Fever down at Martin's Tunes and Eats in Wood River at 8 o'clock. And if I'm saying Halloween party, there's more than just a band going on. Sometimes costume contests, different things, but kind of keep it simple here. Halloween bash with Isaiah Christian, 5 to 8, and here for now, 8 to 11 at George's Local Brew. Good to see them back, because every show it could be the last one here for now. Boom Slang Halloween, 7 o'clock at Tri-County Rod and Gun Club in Brighton, and Tragg Band at the Grafton Winery. Soulard Blues Band, 2 to 6 at the Loading Dock in Grafton. Denver Wade Trent from 12 to 3, and John Jarrett Littlefield, 3 to 7 at Aeries in Grafton. Halloween costume contest with Phase 2 at 8:30 at Doit's Village Inn and Pontoon Beach. Rock Bottom doing another night at Patrick's. Halloween party at 9 o'clock in Granite City, and Boom Slang at Wiggler's as well. So I don't know which one.
Yeah, I was going to say they're
I'd put them both down.
Right.
Butch Moore,
double booked.
Right. Butch Moore 5 to 10 at Viva La Fiesta in Edwardsville. Hartsfield 8 o'clock at Hartsfield. You talked about them before at the Wild E in Edwardsville.
Al Canal killing it up there, man. I talked to him a while back. I said we were going to have him on the show, and just like those roller derby girls, I gotta get back to him.
Yeah.
One of these days. One of these days.
Well, Dave Horton at the Foundry Public House in Edwardsville from 2 to 6 Saturday afternoon. Dana Anderson at Global Brew from 6 to 9 in Edwardsville. And Against the Grain comedy Halloween. Nice. 8 o'clock at Reese's Brewery in Edwardsville. Those guys were a blast to have on.
Yeah, Steve Stryker.
That's right. And Doug Morse.
That's right.
Halloween party with Mike Sonderregger, 7 to 10 at the cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. Of course, Experience Live Music Row going on down in Belleville. And I had to put this one in just because I like heavy metal at a winery. It just makes sense to me. So heavy metal Halloween with Destroy the Future at Hidden Lake Winery in Abbotston. And you got to dress as a hair band. So it's a hair band costume, right?
Yeah.
You guys know all about costumes, a lot of costumes. What's your favorite Halloween costume?
Well, the last show we just had, I felt like all the people that came to the show dressed up as welfare recipients because they live in Alton. So
That's Ace.
That is Ace.
Now, Ace is going to be at the Spaulding Hall. If you want to respond to him, people.
Please do. I mean, you can't afford to get in, but
November 4th.
Ouch.
Possibly fried chicken.
I don't know about
That's
that.
the Spaulding. We learned Spaulding is the old Knights of Columbus.
There you go. So,
and then back in Alton at the same place on December 2nd. So, if you don't have the money November 4th, maybe by the 2nd.
Put something down on it. Put a few bucks down on a ticket for the December one.
I take credit and debit card payments over the phone as well as Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App.
Yeah, there you go.
You can pay that off in no time.
And where can people go online to get tickets? For any of these?
Eventbrite, Pro Wrestling Epic. If you go to
Eventbrite,
you go to
nice.
you go to events, and we have events for every one of the shows there. And if you can't navigate the internets to the Eventbrite, you can always call me at 618-806-4656, and I'll make sure you get the tickets.
Okay.
Say that number again a little slower.
618-806-4656.
Yeah.
There you go.
And all the social medias. You got Facebook, I know.
Yep, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and it's all at the PW Epic.
At PW Epic. And if you
Pro Wrestling Epic.
And if you call that number, you're talking to Lenny Mephisto.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Who is going to make, I don't know, somebody bend to the
We're
knee.
going to break them all.
Michael Hutchinson.
We're going to crack them.
I forget
We're
who
going
it
to
was.
break them.
There's the singer of In Excess or something, right?
We're
I
going
don't
to
know.
smoke them out, man.
they're gone.
Out.
They're done.
Oh, my gosh. He's
Autumn Clock arriving.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So there you go, man. Everybody make sure you either get down to see Friday, November 4th. 4 titles on the line.
4 championships will be on the line.
Plus lots of other matches.
That's right. 10 matches.
10 matches total. 4 of them are championship matches. And then...
Men and women wrestling.
Men and women, and
always
children. No?
Yep, children wrestle too.
Oh yeah, that's
Might be a thing, man. That might be a good idea. Actually,
I'm just trying to see what we can make happen here.
That's right.
I'd like to see chicken. Well, you can't do that. Never mind.
Chicken wrestling.
I didn't say that.
We could do that.
The San Diego chicken. I
Pretty
was
much.
Chicken
Harsh can do
feed.
chicken wrestling.
Well, you know, they have it. You got to go south of the border. They say they got it in Del Rio,
no,
but they don't.
I was talking about the San Diego chicken.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Bride and the Burro. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
He's as old as Eric Harshbooten, at least. If not older, probably.
I don't know. I'm not good at guessing ages, but you can throw me any baby and I can guess their weight. All right,
So you know the Halloween parade's Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I want to talk about Sunday and Monday real quick if we can.
Okay, but first I gotta pose a question to Mephisto before we move on, because I just thought of this
Right
when
on.
you said it's the Halloween parade. How about a wrestling float,
Oh.
where you got a float with your ring in it, and then you're just wrestling as you.
Absolutely,
as you
I'm totally down.
Cool. I just thought of
What do
that.
you
That's
think
a great idea.
What do you think it takes? Like an hour to get through the parade if you're in the parade?
Yeah, something like that.
So you got
probably.
about an hour.
Yeah, so you could
Will
do
you get a couple matches in during that time?
I could just wrestle the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I wrestled
1
for an
hour.
hour and 20 minutes in Chicago.
Cage match. Put about 8 guys in there.
Yeah.
Throwing them off the float and stuff. Right? Whoever gets thrown off the float's out.
Battle royal.
They
You
have
throw
to
'em over the top rope.
They
to
have
the
to
street.
walk. They have
You
to
know what?
walk behind the float if you get thrown out.
While I'm giving out suggestions to people, I'm going to go ahead and give out a suggestion to the people in charge of the parade. One of the things that makes fireworks better than parades is there's a finale. Everyone knows when it's over. I'm suggesting a finale for a parade, and I'm talking about a second lap twice as fast.
Okay.
The bands are playing real fast and moving. The little Shriners are tipping over because they're going so fast. Midgets are flying off of floats because they take the corn. I don't know. I'm just envisioning what's going to happen in
It's a huge crowd every time, though, Halloween parade.
It is. I'm going to be down there.
They got some bands playing. Lazy Lester's going to be playing.
Nice.
And super fun. Yeah, Rocket Ship.
Those guys are crazy.
Who holds the record for leaping over Robert Wadlow, the world's tallest man. We've seen it live. We have it on video.
I saw something. I don't remember what I saw anymore. It was all so weird.
But before that, we have a Sunday, and down at the Flock Lot in Alton, Lauren Waters is going to be going from noon to 3. And check this out, happening in Alton on a Sunday, October 30th, Rock the Vote Comedy Night, hosted by Christian Old Dirty Thompson, featuring Kenny Howe, who's been on Def Jam.
All right.
Jesse Taylor, who is in Last Comic Standing.
Nice.
And Mario Torre, Heart of the City. I'm not sure what that is, but threw it in there. 5 to 9 at Lime's Catering in Alton. $35 ticket for those comedians.
There's one person out there going, I love Heart of the City. It's my favorite show. Oh, I can't believe those guys don't know it. I never heard it. But anyway, that sounds like a great event happening. And it's Lime's Catering in Alton.
Yeah, good time there.
I'm not sure where that's at.
NGK, that's the old pool hall.
Oh, okay. The old Riverbend. Okay, there you go. That clears that up for me.
Karaoke down at the Conservatory on Sunday from 8 to 11 with Diesel, Naked Soul, and the Step Brothers at Fast Eddie's. And every Sunday, Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance weekly show at 3:30.
Uh-oh.
They're booing
That's because they won't bend the knee yet.
That's right.
Boo!
Yeah, I don't.
You hear that?
Now, how can you boo those guys?
Boo! I
people that
made,
go see
I
them
made
do.
those guys.
You made those guys.
I made
did.
those guys.
Like-
I made those monsters.
That's not the story we heard.
Nobody wanted to touch those guys. I'm the first one that said, hey, no, do it like this. Hit them like that. Grab them like this. Talk to the promoter like that. Get booked over here. Train over there. Talk to this guy. Do that. And what did I get in return? Nothing.
Wow.
If you-
So like when they were backyard wrestlers and doing
Well,
the
half of them
backyard
still
thing.
are at least. Bums. Cottage Hills bums. And that's what I'm going to do to Tommy Davis November 4th.
Right.
I'm going to send him back to the yard.
Yeah, that's where he's coming out of.
All right, so there you go, going up against the Cottage Hills wrestler.
Boo!
All right. Wow.
Wrestler's a
No, I wouldn't say wrestler. A Cottage Hills person.
Okay.
Dirtbag.
dirtbag.
Also going on Sunday, the open mic
Wow.
down at Martin's Tunes and Eats from 3 to 7. Trilogy at the Loading Dock. Overhead Dog 2 to 6 at Grafton Winery. Catfish Willie at the Bloody Bucket Saloon at 2 o'clock. Kevin Gruen 2 to 6 at Grafton Pub. That might be the last one. The weather is
Not permitting much longer.
right. Mesa Blues 1 to 5 at Aeries Resort in Grafton. Jeremy Drake at the Foundry Boathouse in Holiday Shores in Edwardsville from 1 to 4. Dave Horton at Big Daddy's 4 to 7. Open mic with Butch Moore every Sunday night. The Stagger Inn in Edwardsville. Drew Lance going to be at the Cabin at Judy Creek on Sunday from 3 to 6. And Tim Campbell doing the 2 o'clock spot at Doit's Village Inn right before Drunk Karaoke gets started at 7 o'clock. That's obviously a misprint on Sunday. Bob Leone 6 to 9 at Prairie Inn in Dorsey. Outlaw Opry 2 to 6 at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield, and that's all going on Sunday with Experience Live Music Row still going on down in Belleville. And then Monday for the Halloween parade, as I mentioned, Lazy Lester From 5 to 8, the Flock food truck lot. So get down there, get some food, check out some Lazy Lester as you're waiting on the parade to roll by. And parade from 6 to 10. And then 7 o'clock, Super Fun. Yeah, rocket ship from 8 to 10 at Jacoby's Arts Center in Alton. And Trent and Annie will be at Fast Eddie's from 6 to 10 as well on Halloween Monday.
There you go. A lot going on.
Yep.
Plenty going on.
Well, we want to thank PWE, Mr. Mephisto, and Mr. Ace Roberts for coming in and letting us know about November 4th. Friends Don't Lie at Spaulding Hall in Alton, the former Knights of Columbus Hall. Right up the road here on 4th Street, where Pigpen spent a lot of time growing up. Not at the Knights on 4th Street.
I know 3rd Street. I know 4th Street. I know them well.
Then on the road, November 5th in Salem, Damian Blade and Ace are going to be friends, maybe.
Probably not.
For
I
that
mean,
day.
he's going to go back to his pigpen life, and I'll go on being successful.
You heard it, Pigpen.
I heard him say it. He said it was so disparagingly.
I know. And then back at Spaulding Hall on December 2nd.
Sponsored by AP Cigar.
Right.
All right.
And then December 3rd in Highland.
Also sponsored by AP Cigar.
There you go.
There you go.
Where are you guys at in Highland? Just curious.
We're at the VFW in Highland.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I feel like AP Cigar needs a slogan like "Don't forget what Clinton taught us." I don't know, something.
There he goes again. You hear this?
I
There's some foundation in what I said. Think about it.
I don't know what you said, but I don't like the way you're talking about me behind my back. If you got something to say, you can say it to my face. No, I don't know. I like going into the wrestling persona.
I'm not the butcher, man.
Yeah.
I'm not the butcher.
He's not going to
man.
arm wrestle.
And he's not the judge.
He's definitely not the judge.
I'm a judge. I'm not the judge.
And I don't have any.
He's not Halpin Music Company.
He's not Halpin Music, and he's not Mr. Donuts.
Nope, he's not Matt Van Voorhis and Macias Insurance.
There you go. So, thanks to our sponsors, all just named Matt Van Donut. We'll call him.
Right. Until next month. when
Throwing
we'll
out the
have
name. Throwing out some love to Mr. Donuts out there on Godfrey Road. Halpin Music Company been in this city as longer than I have. So,
Right.
big thanks to them for sponsoring us all these years.
Stop
Thanks.
by, check out the tuba full of donuts.
If it exists, I believe it's. I think
Mr. Hand probably has his hands on them.
Yeah.
Before you get there, they'll be gone.
Oh yeah.
They open early.
All right, so there you go. Big thanks again to our guests, Ace, Mephisto. Thanks for coming down. Best of luck to you in your matches and your conquering of the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, everybody, remember, get out, see the wrestling, and support local music and art.